Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want to teach you guys how to cut and sew pencil skirts without slits. And for this tutorial we are going to be using a stretchy material. So you need your material, your chalk, your tape rule and your scissors. For this tutorial, the measurement we'll be working with is hips of 48, waist of 36, and length of 30. So now, since this skirt that we want to cut does not have slits, it is just like all these stretchy skirts that you buy in the market. So for this, we are going to be using the stretchy parts of the material. As you can see, this is the stretchy part. This other part is not stretchy. This is the stretchy part. So when you are folding, you fold according to the stretchy parts. As you can see, I've already folded my fabric into 4. As I said earlier, we are working with the length of 30. But as it is, we are going to leave allowance for waist folding and allowance for the edge folding. So because of this, we'll be adding 3 inches to the length of the fabric. So now, starting from the beginning of the fabric, I'm going to measure 33 inches downward. Remember, we are working with the length of 30 plus 3 inches allowance, that is 33. So I'm going to measure 33 inches downward. So we use our chalk to mark the 33. So we use our chalk to mark the 33. I don't know whether you guys are seeing the chalk where I'm marking 33. Now we've already marked it. We use a ruler to make a straight line where that 33 is. I don't know whether you can see the line that I'm drawing. Where that 33 is, we use a ruler to make a straight line. And after making the straight line, we are going to cut out. We have already cut out the remaining fabric. So this is what we are working with now. So now we are going to measure out the 2 inches for the waist folding. The 2 inches for the waist folding, we'll measure it and chalk it. I hope you can see where I chalked the 2 inches for the waist folding. So we are going to connect it together with a straight line. As you can see, we already connected it. So now the next thing we do is to fold it at that line, fold it inward at that line. Then you pin it down. How can you run? Then you pin it down. So we've already folded the 2 inch for the waist folding. So now that we folded this, we are now going to take our vertical measurement. So the first measurement we'll be taking is the waist measurement. Like we said earlier, the waist is 36. The waist is 36. So we are going to divide 36 by 4. 36 by 4 is giving us 9. But remember that we said this is a stretchy material. So if we just place our measurement as 9 on this material, it's going to stretch, and by the time it stretches, it's going to like it's not going to stand firm on our body. So because of this, we'll be reducing 2 inches from this. So instead of measuring 9, we measure 7. Then we had 1 inch seam allowance, so that will make our waist measurement 8. So we have measured. I don't know whether you guys can see. Let me use a blue chalk. So we have measured our 8-inch allowance. The distance between your waist and your hips is 9 inches. So measure 1 inch vertically. 9 inch rather vertically. So this is our 9 inch. So on this 9 inch, we are going to place our hips measurement. Our hips is 48 divided by 4. That's 12. Remember the rule that we are deducting 2 inch from it. So it is going to give us 10 inches. But we had 1 inch allowance, which is going to give us 11. That 1 inch is our seam allowance. That is what we are going to use it to join the both sides together. So we are going to measure 11. So now you can join these two parts together with your free hand. I'm going to use an hip curve to join. I'm going to use my hip curve to join it together. Remember we said it's a pencil skirt. So we are going to pen it at the end, at the other end. So we are going to pen it at the other end. That means you can decide to like insert your waist measurement to the hand measurement. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to insert my waist measurement, which is 8 inches. As you can see, this is the 8 inches. So I'm going to connect it together with my hip curve from my hip down to where I measured. I hope you guys can see the markings from my hip down to where I measured. So this is it. This is how it's going. It's going. It's going. Let me sketch it so that it can be so visible for you guys. So this is it. And guys, we are done with the measurements. The next thing to do now is to cut it. As you can see, we have already cut out our skirts. We already cut out our skirts. So the next thing to do is to notch this place that we cut, that we folded, this waistband that we folded. The next thing is to notch it so that when we are joining it together, we'll be able to place it together. You know, as you are sewing it, you might not be able to see the line on the other side. So now it is better that you notch it now. So I've already notched it so that when I'm sewing it, I'll be able to know this is the exact point where I will fold the waist. So this is what we have cut. Now let's go to the sewing machine to sew it together. Hi guys, so I'm back. So the first thing I did is to sew down the waist where we notched the waist folding and then the end folding. As you can see, there are some pieces of paper on this clothes. That is because my machine does not sew stretching material. So, and there are some machines like that, that when you are sewing stretchy material, it's going to be jumping instead of sewing it. So that is why I used pieces of paper. If you are sewing your clothes, this fabric for a client, you have to take your time to remove every piece of paper because it's not going to be neat when you give your clients this type of work. But if you are seeing it for yourself, you can leave it like this, and as time goes on and as you wash it, it's going to wash off. So what's the next thing that I'm going to do? The next thing I'm going to do now join both is to join both the front piece and the back piece together. Join both the front piece and the back piece together. Make sure they are matching. Make sure they are matching. So you can use pin to hold them down so that you are not going to make mistake. Hold both sides down. Let me use pin to hold it down. So guys, I've already pinned it down together. Like, I matched every side of the fabric together, the both side of the fabric together. So now what we are going to do is, now I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and I'm going to join it together from both sides with 1 inch. So guys, I'm done with it, and I use 1 inch to join it on this side and on the other side. And on the other side. And this is what it looks like on the right side. With this, we have successfully made our pencil skirts with no slits. So this is the final look of this skirt. This is how it looks like. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to this channel to enjoy more of this tutorial. See you in my next video. Bye.